Hey there, bookworms. September just hit, and you know what that means. It's time for a whole bunch of new romances to get obsessed with. We're diving deep into all the hottest releases for this month, so grab your coziest reading blanket and let's get started.
And I gotta say, this list is something else.
Right.
It really shows just how many different kinds of stories and voices are out there in the romance world these days.
Okay, so we're working with this awesome blog post that rounded up the top 10 must-reads, and let me tell you, some seriously intriguing themes are popping up. Celebrity romance, second chances, even a dash of AI for good measure. September's bringing the heat
I'm intrigued.
to help you find your next book boyfriend or girlfriend.
Oh,
I've kind of sort of grouped these titles by what kind of vibe they give off. Light and fluffy, emotionally charged, a little bit of mystery, that sort of thing.
ooh, I like that. Like we're handpicking the perfect reading list based on your current mood.
Exactly. So we'll kick things off with a couple of books that just scream, escape from reality. Then we'll jump into those that explore love in our digital age. And finally, we'll wrap up with some stories that might require a tissue or two.
Sounds like a plan. Lead the way.
Perfect. So first up, we have Olivia Daniels' The Star-Crossed Kiss. Heard of it?
I think so, yeah.
It's been blown up online.
For good reason, it sounds like.
It really does sound good. It dives headfirst into the always exciting world of celebrity romance.
See, I think readers just can't get enough of those stories, can they?
It's like we get to peek behind the curtain of fame and fortune for a hot second,
Exactly.
especially when it comes to love. So in The Star-Crossed Kiss, you got this movie star known for being super intense and broody,
Oh.
and he falls for this indie darling who's basically his polar opposite.
I love that. The contrast. Daniels is fantastic at capturing that whole pressure cooker environment of fame.
Oh, I know.
And how tricky it can be to balance your public image with, who you really are and what you really want. I bet that's a huge part of the story here.
For sure. That whole, is it real or is it for the cameras
Yeah.
thing is definitely going to cause some drama.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so from the glitz and glam of Hollywood, get ready to be swept away to the Scottish Highlands with Windswept Hearts by Danielle Monroe.
Talk about a change of pace. That's what I love about historical romances, especially when they're set in places that feel a million miles away. You get to escape to a whole different world.
Total escapism, right? And honestly, what's more romantic than a story set against a backdrop of misty moors, ancient castles, maybe even a kilt or two?
Don't forget about those brooding Highlanders.
Oh, how could I forget? They're a must.
And Danielle Monroe writes characters who really know how to make you feel things. They've usually been through a lot. It makes you root for them even harder to find their happy ending.
Ugh, yes. A little emotional baggage always adds that extra something, doesn't it? Okay, so from the Highlands, we're jumping way ahead to like the future of dating with love in the time of algorithms by Alex Miller. Have you ever wondered if your soulmate is just a swipe away?
Who hasn't these days, right?
Seriously. It's kind of wild to think about.
This book sounds like it's tackling that whole idea with a mix of humor and, well, reality.
Right, so the main character, she's a total tech whiz, and she creates this AI dating app, the kind that's supposed to find your perfect match no matter what. But get this, the app accidentally sets her up with her college crush, someone she hasn't seen in, forever.
Oh, no! The irony.
I know, you can't make this stuff up. But what I find so interesting about this whole premise is that it's basically where we're headed, right?
Totally. We rely on technology for everything.
It's like, are we actually handing over our love lives to algorithms now? It really makes you think,
Yeah.
Yeah, technology can introduce us to people we'd never meet otherwise, but
But are we missing out on those chance encounters? Bumping into someone on the street and bam, love at first sight.
exactly. It's like, are we sacrificing those serendipitous moments for the sake of algorithms?
And let's be real. Online dating can be a recipe for disaster as much as it can be for romance.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
Speaking of romance, remember those stories where love kind of blossoms from grief?
Oh, absolutely. Second chance romances.
Yes.
So powerful, so full of hope.
Right. Which leads us to The Shadow of Your Smile by Isabel Ramos. This one's supposed to be a total tearjerker, but in a good way. You know what I mean?
I totally get it. I've heard great things about Ramos. She handles those tough emotions with so much care.
Exactly.
From what I've read, it's about a young widow who finds comfort in her late husband's best friend. And, well, as they spend more time together, things get complicated.
And kind of amazing, right?
Exactly.
Okay, ready for a change of pace?
Always.
How about a little fake relationship fun with The Billionaire's Fake Fiancée by Harper James?
Classic. The fake relationship never gets old.
Never. There's something so fun about watching two people who are pretending to be in love actually start to fall for each other, you know?
Plus, there's always that delicious tension like, will they or won't they admit their feelings? In this case, you've got a tech mogul who needs to avoid an arranged marriage.
Oh, no.
So he convinces his best friend to be his fake fiancé.
Oh, this is going to be good. Harper James always delivers the wit and the charm.
For sure. Get ready for some laugh-out-loud moments.
From fake engagements to chance encounters in the city of love. We're off to Paris with Whispers in the Rain by Emily Hart. Picture this, a sudden downpour, two strangers taking shelter, and bam, instant sparks.
Emily Hart really knows how to set the scene.
Right?
I can already picture those Parisian streets.
Totally. This one sounds like a tribute to Paris and, you know, how fate can intervene in the best way possible. But there's a twist. Both characters are holding on to secrets.
Oh, secrets. Always a recipe for drama.
Exactly. Okay, calling all the music lovers out there. Up next, we've got Midnight Serenade by Lila Harper. It's all about how music can bring people together. We've got a shy bookstore owner and a soulful musician, and their paths collide in the most romantic way.
There really is something magical about music, isn't there?
Oh, for sure.
It's like a universal language that speaks to your soul.
100%. And I've heard Lila Harper's writing is just as beautiful and moving as the music she describes.
I love that. It sounds like a total dream.
It really does. Okay, you know, we can't talk about romance tropes without mentioning the friends to lovers situation,
The
right?
classic and always a fan favorite.
It's just so satisfying to see those characters who've been friends forever finally realize they're meant to be together. Catherine Black's Chasing the Moonlight is tapping into that big time.
Small town setting, childhood friends, reconnecting as adults. Sounds like a recipe for some serious, heartwarming moments.
Right. They're working on this community project together, and all those feelings they've been ignoring start to resurface. But of course, there's that whole, what if we ruin the friendship? Fear.
It's that classic dilemma. The risk is so high.
It's what makes those stories so good, though.
Yeah.
Okay, buckle up, because things are about to get heated. Rivals to Lovers by Nicole Jameson is bringing the enemies to lovers energy.
Another good one. That slow burn, the banter, the tension.
Yes. And Nicole Jameson is known for creating these strong, independent characters who really challenge each other. So I'm expecting some serious sparks to fly.
Oh, for sure. In this case, it's a business executive and her rival. Boardroom battles, late-night work sessions.
All that pent-up energy has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? You know, I have a feeling those boardroom showdowns might turn into something else entirely. But hey, anything can happen when there's that much chemistry involved, right?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, are you ready for our final stop on this month's Romance Roundup?
Hit me.
We're heading to a charming coastal town with the perfect moment by Caroline Sinclair. She has a knack for writing characters that feel so real, so relatable.
Oh, I like that.
And from what I've heard, The Perfect Moment is all about taking a chance on love again, you know. It's about discovering that even when life throws you a curveball, it might actually be steering you in the right direction.
Ooh, I love that. It's like fate stepping in with a little romance.
Exactly. So the main character is a romance novelist.
Meet her.
Right. She's got a bad case of writer's block.
Oh, worse.
So she escapes to this gorgeous coastal town, hoping to, you know, get her groove back.
Classic. A change of scenery can do wonders.
Totally. Now, picture this. Our protagonist meets this mysterious kind of brooding artist type.
Ooh. I am intrigued. And they both have, shall we say, some baggage.
A little bit.
Of course. It
But-
wouldn't be a good romance without it.
Exactly. I think Caroline Sinclair is amazing at using nature to kind of mirror what the characters are going through internally. So I wouldn't be surprised if the ocean and the scenery play a big part in this story.
Oh, I bet you're right. A little symbolism never hurt anyone.
Right.
So what are you thinking? Will these two find what they're looking for?
I have a good feeling about it. There's something about being in a new place, letting go of your inhibitions a little.
So true.
And who knows, maybe they'll inspire each other's creativity along the way.
Now that's a win-win.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks. September's romance releases are bringing a whole lot to the table. Second chances, enemies to lovers, a dash of AI, even a little international intrigue.
And what really stands out to me is how much the romance genre is changing.
Right, it's not just about the fairy tale anymore.
Exactly. We're seeing love stories that deal with real life stuff.
Yeah.
Grief, ambition, you name it. It's refreshing.
100%. It's about time, right?
Yeah.
So tell us, listeners, which of these books has you adding to your TBR pile? Head over to our socials and let us know what you're dying to get your hands on. And until next time, happy reading.